हेलो चैप्टर छे प्लानिंग ऑफ ग्रीन हाउस फैसिलिटी मीन्स within the greenhouse we have to put various we can say parameter controlling equipment instrument as well as for the initial installation we have to erect the we can say greenhouse. So at that time various we can say structural members as well as we can say grading means cover of the greenhouse can be decided which should be kept, how much should be kept, that is decided in the planning stage. Now planning of the greenhouse facility, then second topic is site selection and orientation, then third topic is structural design and covering materials. Step by step we will see. The basic purpose of a greenhouse is of providing and maintaining a growing environment that will result in optimum production, lead to the maximum yield. Means in the we can say suppose in the adverse environment condition our main purpose of greenhouse is to provide and maintain the growing environment within the greenhouse, and providing the optimum growing environment we can get the optimum production which leads to the maximum yield from the crop that has been grown within the greenhouse. The agriculture in control environment is possible in all the regions irrespective of climate and weather. Means we are artificially controlling the environmental factors. We are controlling temperature, we are controlling we can say humidity level, CO2 level and so many other parameters. So at any adverse condition or we can say at any adverse climate we can grow the crop inside the greenhouse irrespective of we can say limitation of any region or limitation of climate or weather. It is an enclosed structure for growing plants. Means greenhouse is an enclosed structure for growing plants or we can say crop. Within the enclosed structure we are growing the crop. Greenhouse must admit the visible light portion of solar radiation for the purpose of plant photosynthesis and therefore must be transparent. As our structure is enclosed, so there may be proper arrangement for admitting the visible light portion, which is very much important for the photosynthesis process of the plant. So our we can say covering material should be transparent and it should be much more transparent so it can admit the visible portion of light for the plant photosynthesis process. So this is the prime requirement that our grading material or we can say covering material must be transparent. At the same time, to protect the plants, a greenhouse must be ventilated or cooled during the day because heat load from the radiation. Means as we know that during the hot summer days starting from we can say early morning sunlight goes to increasing and increasing, and due to the increase of we can say solar intensity the there will be growing up of temperature within the greenhouse. So at that time there will be we can say much utilization of CO2 within the greenhouse, and there will be depletion of level of CO2, increase in the temperature of the we can say humidity level as well as temperature of the inside the greenhouse. So at that time we must ventilated there must be ventilated our greenhouse during the we can say hot summer or for heating purpose or we can say for the cold night in the winter we must heat up the greenhouse. So that will be decided accordingly. The structure must also be heated or insulated during cold nights of the cool winter. मैं तुमने कीधु ए प्रमाणे कि during the cold winter the temperature within the greenhouse must be very much low according to the requirement of plant. So at that time we must operate our heating system to provide heat. Either this system may be conventional tube type system, or we can say fan circulating system that gives, we can say, ventilation, as well as it gives the rise in the temperature, as well as we can say level of CO2 within the greenhouse. So in the cold nights we must either heated up the environment within the greenhouse. A greenhouse acts as a barrier between the plant production area. Suppose this is your greenhouse, so area within the greenhouse can be treated as a plant production area, and the external or the general environment, means outside environment of the greenhouse, is called the general environment, or we can say ambient environment. So for the proper control of the various parameters, we have to sense all these parameters that is considered as environmental factors for the plant growth within the greenhouse as well as outside the greenhouse. Now first, for erecting, or we can say establishing the greenhouse, we have to first go for the site selection and how greenhouse may be oriented according to the globe of the earth. A greenhouse is designed to withstand local wind, snow and crop loads for specific cropping activity. Means according to the location, according to the region, there will be speciality of the weather pyramid. Suppose we can say what is the wind speed for a particular region, what will be the wind direction for that region. Either rain comes in particular season, or there may be snowfall in a particular season. Then whatever crops we are growing, that has its particular environmental, that particular set of environmental condition requirement, as well as various inputs required by the crop, that will be considered as a crop loads. So considering the local wind, snow, then crop loads for a specific cropping activity, we have to design the greenhouse which withstand all these factors for a particular region. In this way, the structure becomes location as well as crop specific. Means so far as the we can say wind direction, snowfall, other environmental factors, that is a particular set for a particular region. So it may vary with the location. So our greenhouse becomes location specific in this sense. For we can say in terms of crop, if we grow X crop, then it requires a set of condition of environment as well as input parameters. If we grow certain another crop, suppose if we want to grow crops which are, we can say, very precious, suppose some ornamental flower crops, then it requires specific set of conditions of weather or input parameters. Same way, if we use greenhouse for plant propagation purpose, then it requires another set of conditions of we can say environment as well as controlling system. So all in all, we can say our structure become location specific as well as crop specific. The building site should be as level as possible to reduce the cost of grading. Means the site must be mostly level, so the cost of leveling or grading must be minimized, and the site should be well aerated. Means there will not be water logging during the, we can say, heavy rainfall season, or we can say land or the site must remain, we can say, mostly dry. So whatever rainfall that comes during the, we can say, monsoon season, that either run out through proper drainage system as a runoff, as well as the, we can say, our soil should be enough permeability to, we can say, infiltrate the water and produce less runoff. So in this sense, we can say site should be well aerated. It should receive good solar radiation, means the location on and orientation should be such that the greenhouse receive good solar radiation. Provision of drainage system is always possible, means draining out the excess water in the form of runoff, so that there will not be any waterlogging condition. There, for that we must have facility of draining out system nearby and inside the greenhouse. It should also advisable to select a site with a natural windbreak, means as far as the wind is concerned, higher velocity wind can damage our greenhouse. So if in the region there will be higher wind velocity in the particular, we can say, season, so nearby, if there is a natural windbreak, means some trees, line of trees are there, then it will reduce the velocity of the, we can say, wind and protect our greenhouse. So natural windbreak is also advisable for the purpose of a point of view of selection of site. In regions where snow is expected, trees should be 30.5 meter away in order to keep drift back from the greenhouse. Means where snow where in the region where snowfall is expected, in that case the trees nearby the area of greenhouse should be 30.5 meter away, so that whatever drift comes back from the greenhouse, that will not affect due to the, we can say, trees, because it is, we can say, far away than 30.5 meter to the greenhouse, so no drift can affect the greenhouse. To prevent shadows on the crop, trees located on the east, south or west side should be at distance of 2.5 times their height. Means generally for getting maximum solar radiation, our location must be according to the, we can say, either we are in the northern hemisphere or southern hemisphere. If we are in the northern hemisphere, then our greenhouse orientation should be such that east, south and west side trees should be at the distance 2.5 times their height. If the tree has height, we can say 3 meter, then 3 multiplied by 2.5 means 7.5 meter should be the distance between this tree and greenhouse. So it will prevent the shadow effect of the trees on the greenhouse. Now, components of greenhouse. Various parts or components that are exist in the greenhouse. We can say first, roof. Transparent cover of the greenhouse means over the roof we are using transparent cover so that there will be enough entry of sunlight in the greenhouse. So our roof must be transparent. So transparent cover is called the roof in the sense of greenhouse. Then glebe, transparent wall of the greenhouse means front wall as well as we can say side. Mostly the mostly front wall is called glebe. So transparent wall, because we know that we are covering our greenhouse with transparent material. Either it may be polyethylene or any other transparent covering material. So this glebe means front side of the greenhouse should be transparent. Then cladding materials. Transparent material mounted on the wall and roof of the greenhouse. Means cladding material means covering material. Covering material must be transparent, because it is prime necessary to enter the visible portion of the light for the process of photosynthesis for the optimum growth of the crop inside the greenhouse. So our we can say roof as well as we can say our side for either entry of light inside the greenhouse must be transparent. So cladding material, or we can say covering material, must be transparent. Then rigid cladding materials. There are two types of cladding or covering materials. First, we can say rigid cladding material. Second is flexible cladding material. So in rigid cladding material, cladding materials with such a degree of rigidity that any deformation of the structure may result in the damage to it. Suppose in the rigid cladding material, we can say glass, or we can say glass greenhouse. If we use covering material as a glass, then due to certain, we can say shock load, or suppose there comes earthquake, or we can say there may be storm which deform the structure, and due to the deformation of structure there will be damage in the greenhouse. So this type of rigid cladding materials may result certain, we can say, damage or failure due to its deformation, either through natural process of, we can say, earthquake, or we can say cyclone, etc. So that types of material which can be deformed due to the loads or certain damage, that is called rigid cladding material. Now flexible cladding material. Cladding materials with such a degree of flexibility that any deformation of the structure will not result in damage to it. Means if our greenhouse is covered, or covering material is, we can say, plastic film, then in that case, due to earthquake or we can say cyclone, there will be deformation in structure, but that deformation of the structure may not damage the cladding material. It will not wear and tear the cladding material. It will not, we can say, damage the covering or cladding material. That type of cladding material is called flexible cladding material. Now here in the figure you can say this is covering material of the greenhouse that can be termed as a cladding material. In the rigid, we are using glass. So in the roof, if the glass is used as a covering material, then we can say it is a rigid cladding material. In case of, we can say, plastic film, the film is used as a, we can say, roof as well as side. So it is a flexible cladding material. In the rigid, there will be polycarbonate panels and so many other transparent FRP panels are used for covering material. Now gutter, so collects the drains, rainwater and snow which is placed at an elevated level between two span. Let me see in the figure. Suppose this is a frame multi-span, we can say, greenhouse. In this, more than two A-frame greenhouse is connected at this level. That is, we can say, gutter height. So this is the gutter. What it helps, how it is. Suppose in this picture, in the initial stage, we can see easily gutter. Suppose there will be either rain or we can say snowfall. So all these water or snow can be accumulated within the gutter, and then after it may be conveyed or it may be disposed of through this gutter outside the ambient environment or nearby areas of drain of the greenhouse. So this is the portion of gutter. Collect the drains, collect and drains rainwater and snow. It collect as well as we can say drain out at a particular drainage point. Either it may be rainwater or snow, which is placed at the elevated height between the two span. Means two A-frame structure are connected at certain height. That is the elevated place between these two. Now column, vertical structure member carrying the greenhouse structure. Suppose this is the column. So vertical supporting members is called the column. Vertical structure member carrying the greenhouse structure. Overhead structure is carried out by this vertical structure member, which is called the column. Then purlin, a member who connects cladding supporting bars to the columns. Means we are covering our greenhouse. Either it may be, we can say, rigid covering material, or we can say polyethylene flexible covering material. So that cladding material must have enough support, and for that there are supporting bars. So that supporting cladding supporting bars are connected through the purling. So this is cladding supporting bars which are connected with the columns are supported, or we can say connected with the purlins. Then ridge, highest horizontal section in the top of the roof. Suppose in this case we can say this is the ridge, or we can top of the greenhouse is called the ridge. Here in the figure we can say these two are the roofs of A-frame structure. We can say slope as well as its size is same, so it is A-frame structure. Various parts are given. You can see this what these numbers indicated, which parts this indicates. Accordingly we can see this is the column. This is the purlin. There are two types of purlin, top purlin as well as bottom purlin. This is bottom purlin, and at the upper level there will be top purlin. The purpose of purlin is to provide support to the covering material frame. Then next is girder, horizontal structure member connecting columns on gutter height. Means at the gutter height certain horizontal section is there which connect the columns with each other. That is, we can say, girder. Then branching, to support the structure against wind, that is called branching. Then arches, member supporting covering material. Means we can say half circular members which create the arc, that is called arc. The purpose of providing arc type structure is to have enough support to the covering material having arc type we can say shape. So arc is the member supporting the covering material. Then foundation pipe, connection between the structure and ground. Means in the ground we are inserting certain bar. Either if our structure is pipe frame, then pipe is inserted through proper foundation, that is called foundation pipe. So connection between the structure and the ground through foundation pipe. Then span width, center to center distance of the gutter in the multi-span greenhouse. See in the figure here, center to center distance is termed as a span width. So in the multi-span greenhouse, the distance between two gutters, we can say, is called the span width. Then greenhouse length, dimension of the greenhouse in the direction of glebe, means this is the glebe side of the greenhouse. So the dimension of the greenhouse in the direction of glebe, that is we can say greenhouse length. Suppose if we want to define the length of this greenhouse, then this length of the glebe may be termed as a greenhouse length. Then width, greenhouse width, dimension of the greenhouse in the direction of gutter. Suppose this is the direction of gutter, so this dimension decide the, we can say, width of the gutters. In this case, in the figure we are not seeing the width here. So at the gutter right, gutter runs along the length of the sides. So this will be the we can say width of the greenhouse. Suppose in this case we can say this is the we can say width of the greenhouse, and this will be the length of the greenhouse. Then structural design. Now in the structural design, the most important function of the greenhouse structure and its covering is the protection of crop against hostile weather conditions, means conditions such as low and high temperature, snow, hail, rain, wind, etc. weather parameters. Then disease and pest, these all are termed as a hostile conditions in case of the greenhouse. So our main purpose of greenhouse is to provide to give protection against hostile weather condition. That hostile weather condition may be due to the high or low temperature, may be due to the heavy snowfall, heavy rainfall, due to the hill, means ke kara padwa hai, and due to the high wind velocity, and also to protect the crop from the disease and pest. It is important to develop greenhouse with a maximum intensity of natural light inside. Means also we know that visible light portion must be admitted within the greenhouse environment. Otherwise, if there will be no enough entry of visible light, then process of photosynthesis may retard. So there will be enough provision, or we can say in another sense, our cladding material or covering material must be transparent, so that maximum light intensity can enter naturally within the greenhouse. The structural parts that can be cast shadow in the greenhouse should be minimized. Means within the greenhouse, whatever parts that may be termed as a structural parts, suppose its frame, its internal parts, there should not cast shadow in the greenhouse. Otherwise, due to the shadow of this part, there will be less entry of sunlight. So shadow must be minimized. The different structural designs of greenhouse based on the types of frames are available. Means there may be different structural designs based on the greenhouse, on the types of frame. Various type, means ke pipe structure frame, then we can say angle bar wooden frame. Accordingly, there are structural design for the greenhouse. A straight side wall and an arch roof is possibly the most common shape for a greenhouse, but the glazed roof is also widely used. Suppose in this figure you can see here straight side wall is there. This both sides are straight side, and roof is of arc type. The roof is of arc type. So this is the most adoptable shape of the greenhouse. In another, there is a we can say side wall which is I think having more height, and the roof is of Gothic type that comes in the later part. Side wall with Gothic roof, that is another B type design. Both structure can be freestanding or gutter connected with the arc roof greenhouse. Means both type, either it may be we can say arc frame and sidewall type, or we can say Gothic type roof type structure. That both may be either we can say freestanding, means it is alone in the we can say ambient environment, not we can say joint or interconnected, or if it may be interconnected. Suppose here we can say these two we can say portion are connected at a gutter height, that is interconnected gutter interconnected at gutter height, maybe arc roof type greenhouse. Then we can say it's a side wall gutter connected roof. Then the arc roof and hoop style greenhouses are most often constructed of galvanized iron pipe, means we can say in the pipe frame structure. Generally it is arc roof type and hoop type structure. See here, this is the arc roof type structure, and here this structure is hoop type structure. So both are constructed using the galvanized iron pipe. If tall growing crops are to be grown in the greenhouse, or when benches are used, it is best to use a straight side wall structure rather than a hoop style. Here in the figure C, this ensure the best operational use of the greenhouse. Means if we want to grow tall crop in the greenhouse, then in that case, or either we want to use benches for the growing the crop, then it requires more height. So for that we have to go for straight side wall and Gothic type structure, means side wall with Gothic roof. So this is we can say mostly preferable for tall growing crops, as well as when the crop is grown on the benches. If crop is we can say with lesser height, having we can say less height, then this hoop type structure is advisable for growing the crops. A side wall with arc frame we have seen in the earlier figure. Then B, side wall with Gothic roof. Then third, hoop type structure for interconnected greenhouse. Then side wall gutter connected roof. Then Gothic arc type frame structure. These are various structures. Mostly this type of structure is very much we can say preferable with using the pipe frame structure. A hoop type greenhouse, see in the figure C, is suitable for low growing crops, means whose height is low, such as lettuce, or for nursery stock which are housed throughout winter in the greenhouse located in the extremely cold region. Means if our crop has low height, means low growing crop, or we can say our lettuce crop is there, or we are otherwise we are using greenhouse for nursery producing nursery stock. So in that case this hoop type structure is we can say most preferable, and it may be most preferable in we can say locations where extremely cold regions are there. A Gothic arc frame structure can be designed in to provide adequate side wall height without loss of strength to the structure. Means if our crop are tall or other, we are growing the crops over the benches, then in that case adequate side wall height must be preferable, and in this case Gothic arch frame roof with having more height are very much useful. Loads in the designing the greenhouse structures include, means how many types of loads should be considered for designing the greenhouse. That loads are the weight of the structure itself, means whatever structural members we are using that have certain weight. So this weight of the structure itself must be considered for the design purpose of the greenhouse. Then second, load of the equipment for heating, ventilation and water lines if they are supported by the structure. Means if the equipment or instrument for heating or ventilation or irrigating the crops, there may be water lines that are supported by the structure, then all this load that has been beared by the structure must be taken into account for considering or for designing the structure. So equipment, instrument or piping system that has been attached with the, we can say, frame or structure of the greenhouse, that must be considered for the design purpose of the structure. Greenhouse structure should be designed to resist a 130 km per hour wind speed, wind velocity. Means we know that there may be, we can say, windstorm or we can say rainstorm in different season and different region according to the we can say location. So from protection of that heavy wind velocity from to the greenhouse, mostly 130 km per hour wind velocity is taken as a we can say thumb velocity for designing the structure of the greenhouse. Means the structure must resist 130 km per hour wind velocity. The actual loads depend on wind angle, greenhouse shape and size, and the presence or absence of openings and windbreaks. Means actual load depends upon wind angle, which is the striking angle of wind to the greenhouse, then shape and size of the greenhouse, then presence or absence of the opening. Suppose if we say here some windbreaks is there, so here wind velocity 30 mile per hour, but due to the windbreak trees, the velocity reduce, and at the greenhouse it will reduce up to 15 mile per hour. So this is the, we can say, factors which contribute positive or negative effect on the designing of the we can say our structure. So wind angle, then greenhouse shape and size, then presence or absence of opening. Means for suppose this is our greenhouse, if we are providing natural ventilation, so that side may be open for ventilation. So this is, we can say, here opening is present in the greenhouse. So for that we have to consider wind speed, then size of opening, and all these. For considering this, we can decide the strength of the structural member. Then windbreaks, here I have taken figure, say here this is 30 mile per hour wind speed that has been reduced by the, we can say, row of the trees near the greenhouse. So it reduced wind speed up to 15 mile per hour. So this windbreak is having a positive effect for design consideration. The ultimate design of the greenhouse depend on the following aspect. That we will cover in the next lecture. So thank you very much for attending this lecture.